Okay, and welcome to my part of this broadcast. I'm going to present the platform that we've built as a team. The platform is already introduced by the former speakers. It is a platform for exchange of knowledge and learning material. And well, let's start the presentation. As you can see, we attempted to create an accessible website with not too much, well, opsmuk, as we call it in the Netherlands. So we see a clear picture of a little bit Google-like. You can start searching immediately, even if you haven't already created an account. If you start searching, you can go as far as start buying and read all the summaries and all the metadata included in the material. It is built on 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are also explained by Frank. It's a part is the user management, the material intake, the barter module, and a presentation of the learning material and how the search works. And the basis of all, it's all built around the learning material exchange. First, start with the user management. And this is an extremely important part, perhaps even more important than the learning material itself, because the users are the ones that upload the information. The users are the ones that that create the content, that also add the metadata to the content, so the learning material can be found. And also the users create the knowledge exchange. That's why we thought it was really important that the users had a really easy experience in joining the platform. So we only ask for an email address, a name and a last name. And when you join, you will get an email, so you can click on a link and you have a secure access. What you can do when you have entered the platform and you have registered yourself is you can explain who you are and what you can contribute. And you can also add an organization. Most people are part of an organization and material is created within an organization. So that way people will see how the learning material is related to a specific area of expertise. First, to join the EKFI, as you can see here, to create a new account, it's pretty easy. You would really have to agree to the privacy policy, else the button won't activate. It's of course all GDPR related. Only limited information is needed, as I mentioned previously, so first name, last name, email, and of course your password. You get an email confirmation to make sure you are you. That way we won't have any users that are bots or anything like that. And when you start joining, you will get 100 EKFIs, and that's the local currency on the platform, to start buying and viewing and downloading material. And in your profile, like I said, it is easy to join. Once you have joined, you are able to enhance your profile. It's not needed, but appreciated. And what do we ask? We ask your name, your occupation. If you want to participate in peer review, I will come back to that later. And you can contribute in peer review. As you can see, I don't know whether this is now shown on the big screen. Oh, that's the one. You see, you can create a profile. When you go to your profile page, you'll see all the parts that are relevant about your profile, the interests, the languages, how many EKFIs you have, what your occupation is, and you can edit it anytime. So when you edit your profile, you'll see all these fields. You can also add your LinkedIn, so people can find you when they think you have interesting material or they want to exchange views outside of the platform. They can contact you by LinkedIn. You can also add the languages you are well comfortable with. And this is in order to select you when you are prepared to do peer reviews of other material. You will get selected, for example, when there's English or Dutch material and it is an expertise you have and a language you control, you will be selected perhaps to do a peer review. Furthermore, it's possible to add an organization, and it is not necessary to be part of an organization. You can be, for example, unemployed or a professional outside an organization. But when you join an organization, then all your material is also concentrated in that category of the organization. So when someone clicks the organization, for example, Dienstencentrum or Stivaco, you will see all the material that is uploaded by that organization. Furthermore, you can give a description in English and in local language about the organization you're part of. And it is possible to have multiple users, of course, per organization. Could you please open a link? Ah, that's not the link. Could you click the link? We did test this before, but I don't think it's working. It's not working like it should. So go back to the presentation, and we'll come back to this later. Next slide. That's the user part. So we have gone to some extent to make sure that users are able to really define themselves within the environment and also to define the organization. And then the second part is the intake module. In the intake module, what users can do is upload the material. But of course, uploaded material is not is nothing without the necessary metadata, because when you upload a file, no one knows what's in it. And what we want is give our users the right experience, the right information, easy access to learning material. And for that, we've added the metadata that Tassos has presented us in the presentations before. And this here you see the material intake. You will always have to accept, of course, the... I will do that. I will accept all cookies. There are no cookies, by the way, so you can always accept it. And the material intake is divided into 5 steps. First, you enter the title, and this is the only mandatory field. So if you want to add material and you're not certain about the metadata, all the summaries needed, course descriptions, throughput times, etc., you can enter the title, continue to step 5, and you do that here, next, 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 and then you do save, and then you will see the material under your own directory, and you can always edit it before publishing. We also added a, well, let's see whether this works online. Yes, we created a material intake document. It's a Word document. This is, you can download this so you can prepare all the fields, all the inputs needed in your own time, not waiting for the session to end. So, well, you can take your time and just fill out the form. Everything is predefined, and when you start editing the material, you can click all the fields and just cut and paste all the text you've created. Back. Oh, I hope I didn't close the wrong one. No, okay. So you add the language, you add keywords, you have to add the learning outcomes, types of educations, it's FET, HE, in company or other, EQF levels, types of material, estimated study time, total time in hours, fields of knowledge. You can add a front page image. That's the image any user will see when opening the details of a material. You can add an example or preview so that a user that's perhaps interested in the material can download a preview, for example, a PDF document, and then read about it and then decide whether it's, well, he wants it or not. And the last page, you can add a link to another platform. So perhaps you have a YouTube link or whatever. You can add a link, and users will see that link when they've bought the material. Or you can upload all material. But keep in mind the maximum allowed file size is 40 megabytes. Then you can do save, and then you will see it in your own environment. Can we go back to the presentation? Thank you. So here are all the intake module fields again. It is not necessary to fill in all fields. If you don't know, for example, the EQFs, or you do not feel comfortable of writing out all the learning outcomes, you are allowed to skip it. But remember that when you put material on a platform, the most likely material that is downloaded is the material with lots of metadata, because the end user is more capable of judging whether it is content that he wants or not. The last page, you saw the button save and publish. When you do save, the material will go straight into your My Material area. So you can edit it before you make it online. If you're extremely sure of yourself in the first time, you can say save and publish, and the material will go online immediately and will be available for download. If you only do save and continue, you can rethink what you've uploaded, you can delete it, you can ask for a peer review, look into the assessments, and you can see in the details. So when you click on details later, I will show it to you. You can see how it will look on the website. One part of the material intake and material management, this is a little bit more material management, is the evaluation of the material. And you can ask other users to evaluate or assess your material if you're not certain about it. If you have doubts whether certain aspects of your material is good enough for online issue, you can select, I want to do a peer review. Then the system will find people who are capable of peer reviewing. So it will look into the interest areas and the languages defined earlier. And they will be able to fill out this form with the content, the language, structure and organization, aesthetics and illustration material. This will probably give you more assurance whether or not you should put it online. And how will it look when you have finished your uploading your own material and edited everything? Here's an example. Perhaps the link works. Could you please click the link? It's in the top thing. It isn't jumping to the right. Could you control click the link? Well, there's an easy way to fill the gap of 45 minutes. Could you please control click the link so we can go to the website? I think this part is failing us. Okay, here we are. So this is how the presentation will be. You can see here publication date, last change date, perhaps also interesting to know whether the user that published it has changed it in the meanwhile. So you can download it again when you have bought it. You see the keywords belonging to the material, the fields of knowledge, the language, the uploader. You can also, oh, this is Estonian, so I'll do it like this. You can also go to the school. Here you see Artevelde and everything Artevelde has published. And you can go to the uploader, and this is Dieter de Weert, lecturer in Belgium. Language is Dutch. Interesting because he uploaded something in English, and the interests he has. A short abstract, learning outcomes, only one sentence. It can be short, of course. And here you see some extra meta information like the estimated study time, estimated total time, required software, none, EQF levels, education type, material types, presentations, and the fields of knowledge. And you can see here the file, the total file is 10 megabytes. It's a PDF. So I already made it a favorite. I can get the material, but oopsie, I don't have enough EKFIs. Luckily, I'm a super user. I can give me all the EKFIs I want. So I have to give myself 50 EKFIs to buy the material so I can see what he has uploaded. There are not yet comments made by the users. Well, can we go back to the presentation? Oh. You already saw I didn't have enough EKFIs, so I have to get new EKFIs to be able to buy the material. And I can get more EKFIs by becoming a member. Well, I already am, so that 100 is out of my league. When I publish material, I also get 100 EKFIs. So that's a possibility. Every time my material that I have uploaded is downloaded or bought, that means I get 50 EKFIs. So when I've got popular material, I will become EKFI rich. You can also add comments and rating after you download it. That will give you a few EKFIs. And every time you download material, you get a subtraction of 50. And when you retract your own material, so the uploaded material gives you 100 EKFIs. And when you retract, it will be a minus of 100. And then the last pillar of the platform, and that's the search and the interaction. The search, as I already showed, is quite simple. It's just a search bar. You can type your text. When you type your text and you say search, it will give all the material that has that text in the metadata or in the abstract, for example. And when you have all the results on your screen, we have now, I believe, 65 different materials in the system, and it's growing every day, especially the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You can also apply filters. So when you're searching for a specific type of material, you can add the material type, so a textbook or your fields of knowledge. You can make sure that all the material you see in the screen is about photography. You can filter on EQF because you only need EQF 3 and 4. Or the language because you are not really fluent in Estonian or Greek. And in the end, when you have done all the filters and try to find the material you were looking for, and it's not there, well, that's the moment to get eternal fame and upload your own material that describes everything what you were just looked for. And you get the 100 credits for uploading it. So how will the search results look like? It's first, it will give you the basic information about the material. It gives you the first, I think, 300 characters of the summary. It gives you the title. It gives you the language, whether there are comments, when it's last edited, so you see whether it's old material or not. And you'll see the EQF levels. Oh. Okay, so the detail of the material, I already showed you that in the website itself. Here it is again on a sheet. You can view all the metadata. You can preview the material. You can you see the button "Get the material." That's the moment you will buy it, or you get contact information of the uploader when the uploader has not uploaded any material. You will be able to contact that person directly in order to get the material from that person directly when the uploader is not comfortable uploading his material to the platform. You also see the rating by other users. Rating is only possible when you have bought the material, and then in the detail page, when you go to the Get Material site, you are able to add a review and give a score of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars. Here you can also say, hey, this is my favorite material, and the moment you select favorite, then the material will be added to your favorite page. In the same page, you also have all the materials you've bought. So if you do not have enough EKFIs and you do want to download it in the future, you just make it your favorite, make sure you get some more EKFIs by participating on the platform, and then you will be able to download it later. Well, just gave it to you. I also tried to, when I created these presentations, to download the material of Eva Baumann, and I still didn't have enough EKFIs back then. I should have prepared it. So if you could open the website once more. Thank you. What you just saw is the flow, or I presented to you the 4 pillars. Now we'll take you a little bit through the website itself to show you how the flow works. So here again is the main website where you can, for example, oh, it's not working on this one. So here you can type the information you are the text you are looking for. You can also click the button to show all the information in the platform. That's quite a lot. Here you can filter on that. Say, for example, I only want to see the English ones. And because there's no, I can't type any text, so you don't see anything here. So we'll go home and just click on some material here. You see here some the free interesting, it's randomly generated list of free items in on the platform. Grønn markedsføring in danske branche, for example. But what I will do, I'm already logged in. I will go to material and I will go to my favorites, and here you'll see I have bought one, I have 2 favorites, and I will go to the details of the one I bought, and I remove this one. Here you can see it is already rated 4 stars, so congratulations Eva. Sadly it's only 1 review, and that's probably me. If you go to get my material, you can see here that I have created a review and I've said it's 4 stars, and I can download the files here. I also have my material. I haven't added anything. I have a draft. If I publish, it will go online. I can ask for a peer review, so someone can assess it. Or I already asked myself to do a peer review, so I see the button assessment. So I can see the results about what happened. I will shortly show the management of the users. So here you see my profile. You can also get messages. For example, when you are the manager of an organization, the administrator more, and someone wants to be added to your organization, you will get a message, and you have to click here to make sure that you see the message and whether you want to add that person to your list. Here you see the organization where you can edit it. I can add myself to another organization, and that will remove myself from Muldis. But if I do that, all the material I have uploaded will stay with Muldis, and I won't take it with me. I am available for peer review for these languages. And you can see here, you can create update, you can add users. So if you are the manager of an organization and you want to add other users, you can add a email address, send the message, that person will get an email in his list, and in his Outlook, for example, and he will be able to join the organization on the platform. You can also look for organizations, but then again, I'll need to be able to type something, so that's not possible. I can delete the organization, I won't do that here, and I can see what I already published, but that is nothing. But I think I already, for example, this one, it's probably Juan Martinez. And if I click on Juan, so there's a way to browse through the entire website. It's a really flat platform. Oh, someone is taking over my mouse. So it's a flat platform, easy access, easy browsing, a comprehensive definition of users and organization, comprehensive material metadata possibilities. In all, I hope to see you on the platform, and let's make it a success. Thank you.